Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope you're having a great weekend. And let me just do this right now. So in case I forget at the end of the show to say it, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope that your day is beautiful. And I hope that that is truly, truly special and that you are treated like the queen you are, if only for that day. All right, so now we got that out of the way. So let's get straight to today's show. All right, the title of today's show is Hungry Like the Wolf. And the topic is Beware of Predatory Publishers. All right, so most folks nowadays, they already know about how businesses work, banks, mortgage companies, and so forth, okay? But with this understanding, they are also aware of businesses that come for you dressed as lambs in wolf clothing, all right? Better known as predatory lenders. Well, they exist in the publishing industry too. Now, they're not out to lend you anything, but they are out to make money, okay? And they do this, it's so obvious, but still, they know that that there's some authors out there who are just so ready, to become rich and famous. At least they think so. But anyway, and they reach out to you in the general way with through emails and things of that nature. And the email is always it always sounds so good, praising your work and suggesting how well your book could do if you only let them publish it for you. All right, so there it is right there. Okay, and they use this specific wording to lure you into their snare. And it may be tempting, but you must look past the fancy language and see it for what it really is, a scam, okay? Avoid them like people who won't social distance and maskless during a pandemic, all right? Need I say more about that? I don't think I do, so let's move on. All right, so these businesses are not designed to help you become rich and famous. First of all, you need to know this. If you were to do the statistics on how many people actually became rich and famous by publishing companies who contacted them, I'm sure you'll find that the numbers are very low. First of all, if they are coming searching for you, that should tell you something straight away. All right. But anyway, because they're not designed to help you become rich and famous, but help themselves make money from the expensive publishing packages they offer. Because that's the next thing. That's usually in the next paragraph or so, after they finish praising you and tell you that, maybe your book could be made into a movie and, all of these great things. All the things that they know that most authors desire. They want to make sure that they put it on that platter for you and have it decorated all nice and sweet and, with all of these delectable items and words and things like that on there, to help sell you something. Okay. Now, in fact, sometimes it might make you question your writing skills. Or if you're even good enough based on how easily the cajoling words and lingo used might sway you. But, like I said, they know that most independent authors, because I'm sure, the level of authors already published, they don't go after them. They don't tend to go after them. They want to go after the publishers, the independent publishers, who they feel, may be easier to to sell them this boat of crap than someone who is associated with a well-known publishing company, or just a publishing company in general. That their work is already out there because they submitted it to a reputable publishing company, and so they put their work out there. But first of all, don't ever second guess your abilities, okay? Don't do that. Don't allow these predatory publishers to make you question, if you really have the right stuff, because chances are you do. They see your potential, and they want to capitalize off of that, okay? Because predatory publishers don't care if you're a brilliant writer or not. All right, let's just get that out right now. All they want is to hook as many authors, especially those fresh out of the Cabbage Patch, and scouted for this very reason, okay? That's why they're out there. That's why they exist, because they know that there's so many authors out there who are so ready to see their books in print. And I'm just going to be frank with you and tell you, even if you sign one of those publishing deals with one of the predatory publishers, your book probably still won't go anywhere, but their pockets will get fat because they made a sale. Okay. And that's what it's all about, making sales on as many authors, and I don't want to say gullible, but okay, I'm just going to put it out there. Gullible authors. Okay. And it's so easy for them because they research your credentials based on the sites most authors display their work, okay? And, they go to Google. They Google you if you can be found on Google. They Google you. They Google your works. They see, which publishers already have it. Independent publishers have it, whether it is a publishing company that's not well known, or if it's published through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, so any place like that, okay, where you can self-publish and don't have to pay anything for it. And once they know who you are, they desire more information about book sales and how it could be so much better with the marketing and promotion plan. And guess what? We offer that too, So, but they know that their technique works, even if it sounds too good to be true. Trust me, it is, okay? There is nothing new about the formula they use to capture your attention, or to sell you publishing packages. For the unfortunate few gullible enough to fall for this trickery, or already suckered out of thousands of dollars, just chalk it up as a lesson learned. Because we've all, had the misfortune of believing hype, okay? And, because we want to believe that we are the best thing since apple pie or sliced bread. We want to believe that we are just so magnificent that these people, they just came out of the blue and they wanted to publish my book because they said that it was so good. And chances are they haven't even read it. They haven't read anything. What they did was, if they can research and see how book sales are going, I don't believe they can, but if they could do that, still, that's what they do. All right. And that's why they want the extra information. If you happen to be an author who is independently published, and perhaps your book is not selling all that well, or you're not, or maybe it's not consistent. Maybe 1 month you do well, and then the next month nothing. Those are the authors that they look for, because they feel as though they can tell you these things, they can give you these lines, and and that you'll fall for it. But I'm telling you, don't. Okay. But don't despair, because predatory publishers use the same tactics on authors without agents or published through a major publishing house. And I just said that a few minutes ago, and hopeful that they will find a faithful few who will believe the hype and succumb to this brand of treachery. So, don't feel bad about it. But the thing of it is that you don't have to become a victim of any predatory publisher. Not if you recognize the warning signs and avoid them, like all predators out to suck you dry. All right, folks. So that's it. Short and sweet and to the point. And I don't want to hold anyone, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of children that have not shopped for their mothers yet for Mother's Day. And that is very important. It's very crucial. Not too long ago, I just got off the road and back in the house now from going out. I didn't go out to do any shopping, because Mother's Day shopping, because my mother passed quite a few years ago. But I hold that in my heart, very deeply and strongly in my heart on Mother's Day and birthdays and things like that, because we always celebrated her on those days. And so now that I'm a mother, my children celebrate me that way, and so it's very special. But I still hold that in my heart for my mother, and remember her on these occasions. But before I let you go, I want to make sure that I give you these URLs. So if you just happen to miss the live show today, you can listen to the recorded episode at your leisure. And not only today's episode, but all past episodes, you can listen to them. So before we get to that, I want to give you the first URL. And of course, that one is to Spreaker. It is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can follow me, like me, subscribe to me on Facebook, on Instagram, and what's the other one? Twitter, and also on YouTube you can subscribe. But Instagram is by invitation only, so I need to make sure that I tell you that. And also, if you want to, you can go and check out my website. That is at https authorvivianemore.com or authorehshepard.com. And also, if you read my blog, it's uploaded on a weekly basis, and that is at https://vivianemore.blogspot.com. And now, if you don't have the Spreaker app, there are more than one way to listen to Book Chat. And you can also listen to it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, YouTube, SoundCloud, Giles Savin, Audible.com, Verbal, that's spelled VURBL, and Luminary. So that's the last place. That's the last one so far this year that Book Chat has been submitted to, and so it's out there, for your convenience to listen to at your convenience. You can download all the episodes, or you can just download them as you listen to them, however you listen to them. But please listen to them, and please download them, and also go out there and like and share and subscribe, if you will. And tomorrow is worship day. So for all of my Sunday goers, tomorrow is especially special because it's Mother's Day. And so if you're going out, to the brick and mortar church buildings, then just be safe. Just remember to social distance. Even though restrictions are being lifted, we still need to be safe because everyone has not gotten their vaccine yet, and some may never get it. But still, you need to practice social distance and wear your mask. When you're in large groups of people. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but anyway, it's like a special announcement for all of those who do adhere to the guidelines that have been set forth, and for those who also got those same guidelines but choose to ignore them. Okay, this is especially for you. All right. But for those of us who are still not in the brick and mortar building yet, we listen to our pastor through the telephone, via the telephone. We do that every Wednesday and on Sundays. And I don't know when we will be back in the brick and mortar building, but for now, this works for us. So just want you to be safe, but just be mindful. And, if you are attending church the regular way, if you're doing it the way we are, if you are going to invite family members and friends and neighbors to come to church, especially on special occasions like Mother's Day. A lot of people, and I'm not trying to, to shoot daggers at anyone, but a lot of people only come to church, on those special occasions. And Mother's Day is one of those big ones. Easter, of course, and then Mother's Day. So so if you are, a churchgoer for those two occasions, then okay, just be careful. And and just invite kids to listen into the sermons, because it's so crucial now with all the things that are going on, that has been going on now for a while. Wow, I never thought that I would see a day that we would have gone through something just, so critical to where it affected everyone on the planet. So it's mind-blowing, but it is also eye-opening. And also, for that very reason, be sure to tell people that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only chance you get to say that. So I love you. I hope you love me back. Until next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.